Hey guys, another beautiful day. Got the fountain running by the pond. Gonna fill this up with water. It's gonna be my bathtub. I'm not shitting you. Well, it's gonna be more or less my little pool. Just chilling. Cause that's snakes. Lots of dirty snakes. But so you guys can tell, it's not a 14, but it's a 16. Long story. What ended up happening was my buddy, being a massey collector, he went to go buy this 16 and looked a little bit better on pictures until he got there. And it was on the way to my place. On the way back, he dropped in and he said, you know what, I'm gonna take a loss on it if you give me so much, and you can have it. Because he said, I'll wait later and just buy a real mint one from another place that he can find them. He said he had a dash for me that I can put in later. It has a 14 hood on it, and I want to try to find the 16, and I want to get another grill for a 16 because they're only one type. The 14 has like a little hood prop, and the 16 has like a little chain to the hood that bolts to the motor. So other than that, so long story short, let's make it the long story. Long story is, this guy that he bought it off of, he supposedly saved it from the scrapyard, and the story from that was an old farmer passed away. They're cleaning up his property. This was in by the fence row, got hit by a tree. So then the kids took it to the scrapyard. Buddy saw it there and he picked it up and hoping to have it running project or something, held on to it for I don't know how many years. My buddy goes, he bought a massey Ferguson dump cart off him, and that's how he found out he had this. And so what ended up happening was he said, well, I'll send you some pictures, and sent him the pictures. He said, you know what, it's a little worse than what I thought. I'll give you so much for it. He said, yep, no problem. Came down to see him, and turned out to be a real piece of junk, but he wanted to respect him, and you know, he already kind of committed to it, so he got it. But this is what I meant. This is the 16 hood. It got flattened pretty much. It's pretty foobarred, and that's the motor deck. So back to the story is he picked it up, brought it to me. I offered him so much for it. He said, yeah, he knows it's going to a good home. Obviously you guys know I'm a John Deere collector, but they only made these for 2 years. I always liked the Hydro Masseys. This is actually my first one I've owned, so it's pretty neat. And the thing is that you know, I love them when they come like this. You get them cheap, and it's most of the time it doesn't take much to get them going. But what I ended up having to do on this is he stayed for the day and helped me play with it, and we ended up having to take the carb off my 130 and put it on because the carb was seized. The gas tank was just varnished, but I had another one that came with it, so we put that in and cleaned the points. They looked like brand new. Fuel pump worked good. I had to rewire it. I just did a sloppy job just to get it to go right now and work, so I can move it around easier than pushing it. And try getting it to go. Backfired real bad, and I guess this was before we hooked it up to the switch, so he had his hand right here with the booster cable, and while backfired, his whole thumb was black. It was hilarious. But so we pulled the head off. We found out that the head was good, the head gasket was good, but the intake valve was rusted open. So I put a bunch of oil in it and turned it over with the head off, trying to get it to go up and down freely again, which it did. And you know, Doesn't run bad at all. There's 90 psi in the cylinders. It smokes a little bit, which is understandable. But other than that, with some time on the hammer and the anvil, bang up all the sheet metal back. The only thing, like I said, I'd really like to get is the hood and grill for it, and then maybe it could be a restoration later on this fall. Because I guess too, the filter in the rear end, it got smashed. So when we got it running, it wouldn't move. And sure enough, I had one from the truck, so I put it on because it was the exact same. And happily and surprisingly, like the old cases, they leak everywhere they go. They're kind of like a Harley Davidson, you know. This thing didn't leak a drop. I had it in the shed overnight, not one drop out of it, but I had to top it off this morning because I guess being completely empty, you got to fill up the lines and the cylinder and all that. So other than that, that's what's happened yesterday, and it's come a long way from how it looked when I got it. I had no hood on it, and I'm sorry guys, if I could do more videos of me actually working on the stuff and edit it, and then I would definitely love to show you guys more of me trying to get them going and that, but I'm not as good as on the computer as I am with the tractors, you know. So other than that, you guys have a good one, and I'll try to get some better videos out to you soon. Take care and stay safe.